Hi, my name is Cindy. I love to write story songs about real events and real people in the Bible. And I love how Jesus taught the people about things on their own level that they could understand. I think about the disciples, for example. Three separate times in the Gospels, the disciples encountered Jesus while they were in a boat. After all, they were fishermen. That's what they did for a living, and that's what they understood best. So, one, they were in a boat during a storm, and Jesus came walking on the water to them. Two, Jesus was in the boat during a storm, and then he stood up and he commanded the wind and the waves to cease, and they did. And three, the disciples were coming home in the morning after a long night of fishing, and they had caught nothing. Jesus told them from the shore to cast their nets on the other side, and they did. And there was a miraculous abundance of fish. You see, I think Jesus was trying to teach the disciples to trust him in their storms of life. And when they did, their raging storms became a sea of love. The disciples rowed their boat when they could sail no more. Darkness fell, the sea waves rose against the wind. Jesus walked upon the water, they were terrified. But he said to them, "It's I, don't be afraid. Cast yourself into the sea of love. Jesus beckons you to trust in him. He will hold you safe within the storm. So cast yourself into his loving arms." The disciples launched their boat far out into the deep. They sailed on, and Jesus soon was fast asleep. A windstorm raged, they cried, and Jesus calmed the wind and waves. To the men he asked, "O ye, where is your faith? Cast yourself into the sea of love." Jesus beckons you to trust in him. He will hold you safe within the storm. So cast yourself into his loving arms. The disciples fished all night without a single hope. In defeat, they pulled their empty nets into the boat. Then Peter heard it was the Lord when Jesus stood upon the shore. For Jesus said, "Go cast your net and fish some more. Cast yourself into the sea of love." Jesus beckons you to trust in him. He will hold you safe within the storm. So cast yourself into his loving arms. Cast yourself into the sea of love. Jesus beckons you to trust in him. He will hold you safe within the storm. So cast yourself into his loving arms. Indeed, there is no safer place to be in a storm than in the arms of the Savior. My name is Cindy. I'll see you tomorrow.